No fire drills are planned today. If we do need to evacuate the theatre in an emergency, please leave via one of the emergency exits to the left and right side of the theatre and go to the nearby assembly point. Please follow instructions from staff. Os allwch chi godi I ni groesawu'r pwyllgor. If you could please raise to welcome our guests. Thank you.
Be seated. My first challenge of the day is, having dropped my biro on the floor, do I discreetly kick it under the chair or bend down and pick it up? I'll go for the inelegant option. Thank you. So, croeso cynnes iawn I bob un ohonych chi yma heddiw. The warmest of welcomes to all of you here today. Very, very special day. Very special place. Firstly and foremostly because it's an opportunity for us to celebrate your success as our students, and also an opportunity to say thank you to all of the people who've helped us here. Family, friends, our support networks. Also an enormous thank you to everyone who is here on the stage as well. Your academic colleagues who've helped you on your journey, but also professional service staff who've helped, members of the University Council, honorary fellows, and in the front here we're very grateful also for the attendance of the Bishop of St David's and of our diocese. One of our constituent colleges was a theological college, and indeed the bishop is a graduate. The chair of council who sits alongside him is also a graduate of this university. We are incredibly proud of our community. But we have a very other extra cause to celebrate today and also express our gratitude, because today we will be awarding very special degrees and status to two people who have contributed enormously to the success of this university. And so that will form a part of this ceremony, and a very, very special part indeed. So, in a sense, two different elements to this ceremony, but both so important as part of our identity, our hunaniaeth, as the University of Wales Trinity St David. And so I am delighted to be welcoming you all here today for the conferment of degrees and awards of the University of Wales Trinity St David. And thank you for joining us for this celebration. Mae'r seremoni raddio yn achlysur arbennig ac yn benllaw blwyddyn. Mae'n rhoi cyfle I ni ddod at yn gilydd fel cymuned I ddathlu llwyddiant ein graddedigion ac I rannu'r llwyddiant hwnnw gyda theuluoedd a'i ffrindiau. It gives us a very special opportunity together as a community to celebrate success and to share success with family and friends. Every graduation, as I say, is a special event. I suspect most of us here, as part of the university community, regard graduation as the absolute highlight of our year. Not just because it gives us a chance to dress up, but because it gives us the chance to celebrate. And the reason we do dress in formal attire is as a mark of our respect to you, our graduates, and to this, our university. The university has a long and distinguished history, and you become part of that history today. Its roots dating back to 1822 with a royal charter, which is the oldest royal charter in England and Wales, save for the universities of Oxford and Cambridge. We are delighted that His Majesty the King is our royal patron. And so there is a distinguished history. But what's important is that we build on that history and that we, as you graduate today, look also to the future. But we can't have a future without acknowledging and respecting the past. And that's why today is so important in terms of acknowledging contributions that have so significantly been made. And I'm sorry, I'm standing in front of you here, Maria, and that feels a bit rude of me, but we're a bit tight on the stage, so I apologise for that. Mae gan y brifysgol synwyr cryf o gymuned ac o wasanaethu'r gymuned honno. Mae ein cyrsiau wedi hanelu at ddiwallu anghenion cyflogwyr yn yr rhanbarth hon ac at y laws y wlad. Ei bwriad yw sicrhau fod gan ein myfyrwyr y sgiliau a'r gallu I wneud gwahaniaeth i'w cymunedau. Yma yn Sir Gar ac wrth gwrs Thu Hwnt. Our programmes within the Institute of Management and Health are designed to respond to the changing social, political, economic and environmental challenges that we all face. And the university is working closely with a range of employers within the health and care professions to support these vital sectors. As graduates, as many of you are today, of our health, sport and business management portfolio, you all have a key role to play in the well-being of our communities. I mentioned Sir Gar, and I'm delighted that we welcome here today the principal of the Coleg Sir Gar and Ceredigion, which is a part of our university group. But actually, I also extend our warmest of welcomes to some of our students here today from St Vincent and the Grenadines. the partnership with their government, which has led to you studying with us, has enriched our community life in Carmarthen, in Lampeter, and in Swansea, and it is a real privilege to be welcoming you also today. We're very concerned to hear the news of Hurricane Beryl, and we have and extend our thoughts and prayers with you, your family and friends, and those impacted by those events. Many of you here today have been studying in the workplace, and I commend you on your commitment and dedication to those studies. I'm sure it must be enormously challenging to balance family and professional commitments alongside your studies. And so every congratulation and respect for the success you have attained. The programs that you have studied are a prime example of the university's mission in action, transforming education and transforming lives. A core commitment that the university has expressed powerfully over the years. And the action is by ensuring that higher education is available and accessible so that as many people as possible who may not have had the obvious opportunities or opportunities previously can benefit from the power, the transformative power of education. The qualifications that you have all achieved are recognised internationally and are your passport to the world, a world that needs you, that needs your skills, your energy, your creativity, your compassion, your contribution, and your leadership. Education is much more than a piece of paper and a degree. It's preparation for a career, but it's also a foundation for lifelong learning and that commitment to making a difference. Universities and colleges are all about people. People's skills, people's talents and abilities coming together and creating a very special environment to make that difference. Everyone will have a different view of what contribution they want to make. Some will want a contribution on a global scale, on a national scale. Some may want to be a prime minister. My goodness, having followed the election over the last 6 weeks, not sure that will be top of my wish list, but thank goodness some people aspire to those roles. But others will look to make the difference in their milltir sgwâr, in their area of direct impact. Whatever your dream, whatever your ambition, whatever your personal goal, education every step of the way will help you achieve that. And education doesn't finish, as I say, with that piece of paper. The one thing I can absolutely attest to is that education is something that you learn from day in, day out. And I extend my warmest thanks and appreciation to so many people on this stage, in this room, and beyond, who have been so fantastically supportive and helpful and taught me day by day and hour by hour in this new role. I still say it's new, it's getting on for a year, but it is the first time that I've had the privilege and the pleasure of conducting the ceremonies of graduation here in Carmarthen, and it is a privilege, it is a pleasure, and it makes one feel very humble to be able to award those degrees on behalf of this university. So today is a day of celebration. And when you cross the stage, graduates, you will gain the accolade of becoming a graduate of this institution. And in doing so, you will be joining an illustrious and international network of alumni. We hope that today is not the end of your association with us. You may want to come back for further progression, further degrees. But whether you do, whether you don't, stay in touch, because your success is our success. And we want to know what differences you are making, whatever the context, what differences you are making. Rwy'n mawr obeithio y gnewch gadw mewn cysylltiad â ni gydol eich gyrfa. A chofiwch ein bod ni yma ar eich cyfer pryn ydych am barhau a'ch astudiaethau neu am gyfrannu at ein gwaith. As we celebrate today, we acknowledge the part that others have played in your success, our success, and thank them for their support. It's a special day, a very special day for family and friends. And as the community of the University of Wales Trinity St David, we extend our gratitude to all of you who've taught, guided, supported. And we, as a community, celebrate your success in achieving today's accolade. As I say, we are delighted that during this ceremony, we will be presenting honorary awards to two individuals who have both made an enormous, and I mean enormous, contribution to this university as members of the University Council. I'm delighted that the Venerable Randolph Thomas, the former Chair of Council, and Maria Stedman, the former Vice Chair, are with us this morning to receive their awards. And the warmest of welcome to them and members of their family joining us today. May I wish you every success for the future. Thank you and congratulations. Dymuniadau gorau I chi gyd a llongyfarchiadau. We'll now move on to the formal presentation of your degrees, and then after that we will move on to the other parts of the ceremony. But we really hope that you enjoy joining in with this celebration that we are happy to share with you as the community of the university. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi.
Bydded hysbys I bawb sydd yma'n bresennol ac yn heli'r cynulliadau awdurdodedig Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant yma heddiw. I gydnabod cyflawniadau myfyrwyr sydd, trwy ddysg, gallu a dyfalbarhad, wedi ennill dyfarniadau yn unol â rheoliadau'r Brifysgol. Heddiw, mae'r Brifysgol yn dallu llwyddiant I myfyrwyr ac yn dymuno'n dda iddynt yn ei bywydau yn y dyfodol. Yn y gobaith y byddant yn parhau I dyfu a ffynnu mewn gwybodaeth, doethineb a thrigaredd ac yn gallu gwneud gwahaniaeth yn ei dewis feisydd. Be it known to all here present that authorised congregations of the University of Wales Trinity St David are being held here today to recognise the achievements of students who have, through learning, ability and perseverance, successfully gained awards in accordance with the regulations of the university. Today, the university celebrates the success of its students and wishes them well in their future lives, in the hope that they continue to grow and flourish in knowledge, wisdom and compassion, and are able to make a difference in their chosen fields.
Is-ganghellor, cyflwynaf I chi fyfyrwyr o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant sydd wedi ennill gradd doethur mewn athroniaeth. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales Trinity St David who has gained the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Anna Nicole Stevenson. Is-ganghellor, Cyflwynaf i chi fyfyrwyr o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant sydd wedi ennill gradd Meistr yn y Celfyddydau. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained the degree Master of Arts. Jonathan Colin Haylock. Emma Louise Knight. Anne Charlotte Yvonne Patel. Joanne Christine Ship. Helen Joan Cadigan. Megan DePont Davis. Sarah Wynne Evans. Catherine Grace Sanderson. Rhiannon Sims. Is-Ganghellor. Cyflwynaf i chi fyfyrwyr o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant sydd wedi ennill gradd Meistr yn y Gwyddorau. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales Trinity St David who has gained the degree of Master of Science. May Tahir Mahmood Faroon. Is-Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i chi fyfyrwyr o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant sydd wedi ennill gradd Baglor yn y Celfyddydau. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained the degree Bachelor of Arts. Jack Craft. Morgan Charlotte Lily Evans. Paul Anthony Evans. Ellen Fleer Jones. Ben Robert James Matheson. Rain Melissa Caitlin Michelson. Thomas Owen Miles. David Milnes. Terry Ann Morris. Edward Petra Ellison. William Allen Roberts. Catherine Jane Bellis. Jack Walters. Is-ganghellor, cyflwynaf i chi fyfyrwyr o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant sydd wedi ennill gradd baglor yn y gwyddorau. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained the degree Bachelor of Science. Jade Carter. Natasha East. Karen Samantha Amanda Edwards. Ariana Alia Feslicia Grant. Tracy Michelle John. Olivon Azaria Oreen Jocelyn. Rayon Giovanni King. Tizana Shadika Danica Latham. Laura Molam. Joseph Muldoon. Yasmin Elizabeth Musil. Amber Osborne. Lanique Rosine Suarez Pompey. Sharika Beverly Primus. Laura Rees. Catherine Morgan. Fion Mair Rees. James Mercurius Taylor. Mary Angeline Bishop. Ben Bradley. Hayden Arthur Mole. Sarah Thomas. Is-Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i chi fyfyrwyr o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant sydd wedi ennill tystysgrif addysg uwch. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained a Certificate of Higher Education. Elena Frost. Sophie Elizabeth Grenfell. Erin Hannah Walters.
Vice-Chancellor, I present to you student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained the degree of Doctor of Professional Practice, Chris Cashin. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained the degree of Master of Business Administration, Juliandra Adria de Leon de D.K. Arcangelo Farino. Marjorie Janice Devine Nanise Fee. Julie Dawn Hannon. Kathy Ann Davis. Julie Ann Higgins. Melanie Miranda Shum. Megan Elizabeth Wynne.
Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales Trinity St David who has gained a Diploma of Higher Education, Samantha Louise Brown. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained an Agored Cymru Diploma, Kerry Evans. Katrina Patricia Harriott. Stephanie Marie Marks Havard. William George Christopher Jones. Christopher Harry Richards. Catherine Sarah Yabsley.
Is-Ganghellor, cyflwynodd i chi fyfyrwyr o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant sydd wedi ennill baglor yn y gwyddorau. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained the degree of Bachelor of Science. Connor Nicholas Iwan Rhys-Davies. Rhys Gill. David Wright. Is-Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i chi disgyblion sydd wedi ennill ysgoloriaethau'r Prifysgol. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students who have won university bursaries. Gwobr Chwaraeon Iechyd ac Addysg Awyr Agored, the Sport, Health and Outdoor Education Prize, Tracy Michelle John. Ysgoloriaeth J.E. Mock am ymdrech, J.E. Mock Award for Endeavour. Ariana Alia Feslicia Grant. And Olivon Azaria Oreen Joshling.
Could I please invite all our graduates, our current graduates from today, to stand. I was just thinking if I made it that wide, there'd be lots of you standing. So if you'd be so kind as to stand. Thank you very much indeed. Mae'n bleser aruthrol gen i i'ch llongyfarchu i gyd ar ennill eich dyfarniadau ym Mhrifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. It is my enormous pleasure to congratulate each and every one of you on gaining your awards at the University of Wales, Trinity St David.
Congratulations to you all from the University Council.
Llongyfarchiadau. This is when the president of the Students' Union comes to my rescue. I will not be allowed to forget that in Birmingham graduation last week, I forgot to ask the graduates to sit. Taya will do it for me. Thank you.
Good morning, graduands. The people before me needed no introduction, but now, my name is Taya and I am your representative here in Carmarthen. My biggest congratulations go out to you all. Llongyfarchiadau. You've finally done it. The people before me and the people after will stand here today to congratulate you and wish you well wherever your journey may take you. But I wanted to ask you to stop just for a minute, take it all in, all of the glory, grab this moment with both hands and celebrate each of those individual achievements because you thoroughly deserve it. Although today is all about you, and I won't take that away from you, a massive congratulations must go out to the support systems around you. The empathy and kindness that these people have shown in times of doubt and worry is something that you will carry with you for life. Of course, you'll give the all-important thank yous in private, but it wouldn't be right for me to stand here today and not thank everybody for their patience and sheer willpower for playing their part, however big or small, in your successes. Your academics, your lecturers, your programme managers, your institute team, your deans, your chair and your vice-chancellor, your family and friends, your closest loved ones, the people not only here in the room, but the people watching over us. A big thank you goes out to all of them, and I'm sure you'll join me in expressing your sincere gratitude with a big round of applause and all of the whooping and cheering possible. If I can be cliché just for a minute, for some of you this may be the end of your educational journey, but it's the mere start of a future filled with bright hope and success. In this world, you can't control how other people see, judge or treat you, but moving forward without judgment or fear is how you've controlled your own excellence to be here today. University is both a physically and mentally challenging period of your time, but with the resilience and determination that you've shown, you finally got into this point. The point where you can adorn the fancy gown, you can throw your cap in the air with your classmates after, and take in these final moments of education. The one big thing that university taught me, that I hope some of you will echo and take into your future, is that before you act, listen. Before you react, think. Before you criticise, wait. And before you quit, always, always try. Although today marks the end of my working journey here at UWTSD, I've adored every minute of being your representative, and I'm incredibly proud that the last thing I've been asked to do is stand here today addressing and celebrating this cohort that has been incredibly successful through and through. As I said, today is all about you. However you plan to celebrate your successes, make sure you cherish each of these moments, and best of luck for wherever life takes you. I'll leave you here today with a tiny word of wisdom. May you always dare to do great things with your life. Diolch yn fawr.
We now move on to the section of this ceremony where we have the enormous pleasure and privilege of celebrating the contributions of others to the success and flourishing of this university. There will be two presentations. Firstly, I will be presenting an honorary doctorate, and then Sarah Clark will be presenting an honorary fellowship. I will be presenting the honorary doctorate. It is right and appropriate that I do that because the contribution of the Venerable Randolph Thomas to this university over many years has been absolutely immense. Mae'n fraint ac yn anrhydedd i mi heddiw, fel is-ganghellor, gael cyflwyno'r hybarch Randolph Thomas, cyn gadeirydd y cyngor, y dyfarnwyd iddo radd doethyr mewn diwinyddiaeth Erenrhydad o Brifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant. As Vice-Chancellor, it gives me immense pleasure to present the Venerable Randolph Thomas for the degree of Doctor of Divinity Honoris Causa. A former chair of the councils of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, and the University of Wales, Randolph has worked tirelessly on behalf of both institutions. Through what has been an immensely challenging period for the higher education sector in Wales, he has championed education. I'm delighted that we have an opportunity today to acknowledge his very exceptional commitment, leadership, and service to both councils and to the wider UWTSD group. Brodor o Llangenech yw Randolph, ac mae gwerthoedd a threftadaeth ei filltir sgwâr wedi ei gwreiddio'n ddwfn yn ei gymeriad. Mae'n gefnogwr brwd o'r pethau ac yn amfalchion fawr yn ei Gymreictod, y Gymraeg a'i diwylliant. Born and bred in Llangenech, a former coal mining community on the Carmarthenshire side of the Lycha. I'm not going to say which is the right, which is the wrong, it's just a fact. Randolph was educated at Llanelli Boys Grammar School and St David's College, Lampeter, which, as you know, is a part of this university. Having graduated with a degree in divinity, Randolph, with the blessing of the Archbishop of Canterbury, no less, became the youngest priest ever, at 22 years of age, to be ordained within the church in Wales. Not so long ago, really, Randolph. After curacies in Kidwelly and Carmarthen, he became team vicar of Aberystwyth from 1976 to 1981, and later vicar of Betws Cwm Ammanford. I must ask you why the Cwm spelt C-U-M. We'll have that chat later. Yes, thank you. Rather than Cwm Ammanford. But from 1981 until 1993, and St Peter's Church here in Carmarthen between 1993 and 1996. He was then appointed Canon of St David's Cathedral and in 2002 became Archdeacon of Brecon, a role in which he served with distinction until 2013. Yn deilio o fagwraeth yn Llangenech, mae'r cansyniad o gyfiawnder cymdeithasol wedi bod yn rhan greiddiol o genhadaeth Randolph erioed. Mae'n gredwr cryf yn y cansyniad o gymuned a chefnogaeth sawl corff ar hyd y blynyddoedd, a roddodd gefnogaeth benodol i'r rhai lleiaf ffodus yn ein cymdeithas. A strong advocate of social justice, Randolph has invested much time and effort over the years in supporting the vulnerable and less fortunate in society, and that has been a key feature of his leadership of this university. He is a founding member of Cartrefi Cymru Housing Association for people with additional needs. He served as the chair of the Gwalia Housing Group and has helped to establish family centres in Llanelli, Carmarthen and Brecon, and was instrumental in establishing the Ammon Business Initiative to support those communities that were decimated following the closure of all the local coal mines in the mid-80s. Gwasanaethodd Randolph ei gymuned ar hyd y blynyddoedd, ac erddeiliad ac angerdd a daeth yn llysgennad ar ei chyfer. Mae'n adnabod ei brodorion yn dda, mae'n deall ei hangenion, ac mae'n fwy na pharod I sefyll lan drostynt. Y mae'n gredwr cryf yn yr uned deuluol hefyd, a'r grym a'r boddhad a ddaw o berthyn I deulu. A dyna elfen cryf eto o gyfraniad Randolph at y Prifysgol. A Randolph fyddai'r cyntaf I gydnabod cefnogaeth ei deulu ynta iddo, ar hyd y blynyddoedd, gyda Jean, ei ddiweddar wraig, yn angor ac yn ysbrodelgaeth gyson iddo. Ganwyd 3 mab iddyn nhw, Simon, Stewart a Matthew, ac mae wrth ei fodd yng nghwmni ei wirion, Ellis, Lloyd, Louis a Iestyn, a braf i'w gael croesawu aelodau o'r teulu un plith y bore yma. In 2014, Randolph was appointed chair of the Council of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, and 3 years later he took on the additional role of chair of the University of Wales. He served both institutions with distinction until his retirement from both positions last August. Although his period as chair came to an end as I began my term as Vice-Chancellor, I am very aware indeed of Randolph's unstinting efforts on behalf of this institution throughout the last decade and beyond. He worked closely with my predecessor, Professor Medwyn Hughes, to establish a new university for Wales, along with a new education model for the South West Wales region. As well as his governance duties, Randolph also took a keen interest in curriculum developments across the university's various campuses and in the overall student experience. And I am very conscious of the fact that the student union officers and student representatives greatly valued his support and advice during their regular meetings with Randolph. And I know that Taya, for example, would absolutely add her voice of support and gratitude and appreciation for all that Randolph has done. He was appointed one of the first ever directors of the National Centre for Learning Welsh, which the Welsh Government awarded at the university following a competitive process in 2016. A role that he has undertaken with great passion and dedication. A passion and dedication he's brought to all of his roles. Un o ddiddordebau mawr Randolph, dwi'n dallt, yw chwaraeo, ac mae'n ddilynwr brwd o'r Scarlets, again, no judgment, a theme pêl-droed Lerpwr, absolutely no judgments. A keen sportsman, Randolph apparently had quite a reputation in his day, still has, I suspect, as a rather competitive player. Can't believe that's true, Randolph. A competitive player on both the rugby pitch and the cricket field. I understand he was a rather fine batsman and once enjoyed a 100 opening partnership with our campus provost here, who is looking a little embarrassed at the reference to him in Carmarthen during a game in the early 80s. A born leader, Randolph has demonstrated time after time that he leads from the front, serves with purpose and with gusto, and he can support, encourage, and empower colleagues, forever appreciating their efforts, commitment, and perseverance. But more than anything, he has a heart of gold, calon lan, llawn daioni, and is such a kind, generous, and compassionate individual. Hanner cam mlynedd ar rhagor, ers I Randolph raddio mewn diwinyddiaeth, o goleg Dewi Sant yn Llanbedr Pont Steffan. Mae'n wych bod ni heddiw, fel ei alma mater ef, yn ei anrydeddu a gradd doethyr mewn diwyddaniaeth, yma yn y cynulliad hwn, yma ym Mhrifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. Sefydliad a gwasanaethodd Randolph ag urddas a sy'n parhau yn agos iawn i'w galon. Yma'r cylch yn gyflawn ac oes o wasanaeth yn cael ei chydnabod, ei gwerthfawrogi a'i dathlu. Gyda chryn falchder felly, y cyflwynaf i chi yr hybarch Randolph Thomas. Trwy awdurdod a ymddiriedwyd i mi, derbyniaf chi i radd doethir y brifysgol hon honoris causa.
Diolch yn fawr.
Llongyfarchiadau.
Is-gynellor, esgob Tirdewi, Cadeirydd y Cyngor, aelodau'r staff graddedigion. Mae'r anrydedd o'r mwyaf i mi cael bod yma gyda chi heddi i dderbyn y doethuriaeth yma. It's a great privilege for me to be with you today to accept this doctorate. A lot of people will be surprised when they hear that Randolph Thomas is a DD, none more than he himself. But the reality is, I must offer a tribute to someone who's not here and who was the foundation and support and encourager throughout my life, my wife, my late wife. She was an inspiration. She was a great support whose values transformed my life and the life of our family. Because she was brought up in a loving, caring family where she had those values impregnated into her mind and into her personality and into her character. And I wouldn't be standing here today receiving this doctorate without her tremendous support and encouragement. One of the things I did back in the 80s as the Vice-Chancellor, as indicated, was to set up with others Carmarthen Cymru. Carmarthen Cymru looks after young people with special educational needs. And myself with Pete Tyndall, who now works for the Irish government, and Jerry Evans, who was Director of Social Work in Wales, and I, with two parents, decided that we would set up Carmarthen Cymru. All that came from the prompting of Jean, who had worked as a volunteer in the adult training centres, where parents were concerned what would happen to their children after they died, because they didn't want them to be institutionalised. Today, Carmarthen Cymru is the major provider of care, support and housing for people with special educational needs. My only worry, Vice-Chancellor, is unfortunately, because of lack of money, a lot of our young people who suffer from educational issues are now being re-institutionalised, which is a great worry and a great concern for me. But to you graduands, you start on your journey as a graduate of this university. What a privilege for you, and what a privilege for us also. May I congratulate you. But can I ask you that at the core of what you do is to serve people. As chairman of this council, I always thought I needed to serve people. Serve the senior staff, serve the academic staff, and serve the students. And what wonderful students we've had here. We've had national student leaders here for 3 or 4 years. And that's down to the brilliant support of this academic staff and administrative staff also. It's a great joy to be a part and have to be a part of this university. And as you go and start your careers, I wish you every success. And I wish the new Vice-Chancellor, my successor chair, and the academic staff here every success in future. Because what matters to me more than anything is to see this university flourish and grow and influence and transform lives as it continues to do. I saw the little stories from graduates who graduated in Birmingham last week, to see the joy on their faces and on their families' faces that their lives have been completely transformed. And this is what this university is all about. It's transformation and change and building up a new life by serving others. I was fortunate to have a wife who shared the same values, who worked hard to ensure that I achieved what I did achieve. And so in a way, Vice-Chancellor, I received this doctorate not only on my own behalf, but on behalf of Jean also. Diolch fawr iawn.
Vice-Chancellor, it is a very great privilege to present to you Maria Stedman as an Honorary Fellow of the University and to welcome Maria, her husband Alan and her son Aaron to the ceremony today. Maria was born in Wales, in London, to Welsh parents. Her father was from a farming family and her mother was a teacher. They had moved to London to make their fortune, but decided to return home to Wales to raise their young family in a bilingual environment. Maria went to school in Carmarthen. She initially pursued a mathematics degree at Cardiff University, but decided that this wasn't for her. On returning home, she got a job at Dyfed County Council, where she discovered an enthusiasm for public finance and governance. She needed to get qualified to pursue her new career, and by day release, she completed an OND in public administration at Coleg Segar. This in turn led to study at Swansea Technical College for professional accountancy qualification with CIPFA, the Chartered Institute of Public Finance and Accountancy. Demonstrating the dedication and work rates that everyone who knows Maria will associate with her, she was determined to be qualified before her young son started school. A distinguished career followed, with senior roles at Dyfed and Carmarthenshire County Councils. She had been warned not to work in a university, but she did not heed that advice, and she cut her higher education teeth as an assistant director of finance at Swansea University. At the same time, she was active in professional networks and was appointed to various voluntary roles within CIPFA. Post-devolution, she was appointed as head of SIP for Wales and established the Welsh office of an organisation that had previously been England-orientated. The work suited Maria, providing her with the opportunity to use her people and problem-solving skills and to further enhance the professional standing of those entering the world of public finance. Following her retirement, she embarked on a wealth of voluntary roles, both locally and more widely, including as school governor, treasurer of the International Celtic Film Festival, member of the Audit Committee of the Welsh Language Commissioner, and as currently Vice Chair of the local Federation of Primary Schools. All this while being a wife, a mother, and proud grandmother to 8 grandchildren, the youngest having been born only last month. In truth, Maria has never retired in the strictest sense of the word. Maria's long association with the university started over 20 years ago when it was known as Trinity University College. She was subsequently appointed to the University Council and to the University of Wales Council. These days, many members of the council are women, but that was not always the case, and colleagues have spoken of how inspirational it was when Maria was appointed, especially given her background in the male-dominated profession of accountancy. She quickly became a key player on the council, respected for her wisdom and experience, but also well-liked for her common sense and accessibility. She went on to serve as chair of the Audit Committee and as vice chair to Randolph Thomas until both stood down in 2023. Her friendship with Randolph was cemented during the mini breaks abroad that they took with their spouses and with Avion Griffiths, another council member. First a rugby trip to watch Wales in Rome, then to Athens, then Seville, and then, as they got a little older, to Saundersfoot. As the accountant, Maria's job was, of course, to negotiate the best travel deal. Vice-Chancellor, I do wonder how these outings pass the university's risk assessment, but I'm assured that a good time was had by all. As a member of the council, Maria was appointed as university representative on the governing bodies of the university's partner colleges, Coleg Cigar and Coleg Ceredigion. When she became chair of both boards in 2015, the wheel that had started with her OND at Coleg Cigar had turned full circle. This triple whammy of governing body leadership was not without its challenges, but Maria's good humour, pragmatism, and above all, her commitment to supporting all 3 institutions to achieve the best for their students made her uniquely placed for the role. Maria's name, relatively unusual in Wales, was a favourite of her mother's. It turned out to be an appropriate choice for Maria because The Sound of Music is her favourite film. But when we think of Maria, we think not of the whirlwind described in the Rodgers and Hammerstein lyrics, but of a tactician, a problem solver, a reformer, a listener, a people person, a friend, an individual who has, through their many years of service, made a tangible difference to education in Wales. Maria, we thank you most sincerely for all you have done for us. Is gan hethlor cyflwy'n a fi ti, Maria Stedman yn Gymraeg ymareddus o brifysgol hon.
Trwy'r awdurdod a ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf chi yn gymrawd anrydeddus o'r brifysgol hon. Diolch.
Ysgolorion, Llywydd, Isganghellor, Cadeirydd, Aelodau'r Cyngor, staff y Brifysgol, ffrindiau, ond yn bennaf oll, chi y graddedigion. It's with the greatest pleasure that I accept this honorary award from the university this morning. As Sarah has already mentioned, my official association with UWDSD is long-standing, but as a lifetime citizen of Carmarthen, I have always been aware of the importance and influence this university has had within our locality and beyond. You, today's graduates, are very fortunate to have studied here. Quite a unique institution within the higher education sector, with its success in attracting students from much wider backgrounds and experiences when compared to many others in the UK, and may that long continue. The world of work will embrace your success and the skills you have developed while studying here. But please remember that many more opportunities await you beyond the workplace. I learned very early on in my professional career about skills transference and being able to contribute to supporting others through volunteering. Such opportunities can not only make a difference and create choices for new and more effective ways to reshape and develop organisations, but ultimately provide greater benefit to those who are supported by those organisations. You also learn a lot more about yourself as an individual. Initially, what skills you were bringing to the table, how you fit into a team as a member, how you learn to recognise your ability to adapt and develop, but most importantly, always keeping at the forefront the impact your contribution may have on those reliant on the organisation for support and their needs. Hoffwn ddiolch o waelod calon, cyn gadeirydd y Prifysgol, Randolph, am y cyfle arbennig o gydweithio dros bron 20 mlynedd, hynod diddorol a chynhyrfus a throsglwyddo cyfrifoldeb o barhau arwain i Brifysgol i dîm newydd o arweinyddion. I gloi, ni fyddem wedi medru cyfrannu dros cymaint o flynyddoedd heb y cefnogaeth teuluol oddi wrth alun fy ngŵr ag Aron fy mab a'i deulu. Rwy'n brod iawn ohonoch i gyd ac yn falch iawn i gael amser nawr i flaenoraethu chi unwaith eto. Diolch unwaith eto i'r Brifysgol am yr anrhydedd yma heddiw a phob llwyddiant am y dyfodol. My thanks to the university for honouring me this morning, and may I wish you every success in the future.
Thank you very much indeed for joining in with us to celebrate such an important contribution that our two colleagues have made over the years, and it's a pleasure to share that with you. We will now have a musical interlude for Kerry, another of our graduates. I'm not sure he's had time to adapt to your favourite musical, but next time maybe. Diolch, Kerry.
I am the very
sydd rangof ar dreflan lwyd, lle mae blaen ffrwyth ar hafan hysgod a glwyd, a'r bont yn trochi eith rhaid yn y llun. A chariadon yn crwydro dros Isganghellor annwyl ac anrydeddus, ffrindiau a graddedigion. Ga i ddiolch i chi am y gwahoddiad a'r anrhydedd i rannu gair yma gyda chi y bore yma. Dyma'r tro cyntaf i mi allu gwneud hyn fel cadeirydd Cyngor y Brifysgol gan i mi ddod mewn i'r swydd yn llawn ar y cyntaf o fis Medi blwyddyn diwetha yn dilyn Randolph ac yn ddiolchgar am i gyfeillgarwch a'i arweiniad ef wrth i fi gymryd y cyfrifoldeb a'r swydd. Mae'n dda i fod yma ac i gael y cyfle i'ch cyfarch a'ch llongyfarchu ar eich diwrnod arbennig chi. Llongyfarchiadau gresog i bawb ohonoch a chroeso cynnes iawn i deulu a ffrindiau sydd wedi dod yma i ymuno ac i ddathlu gyda chi. A dathliad yw hwn, pen llanw blynyddoedd o waith ac ymroddiad. One of the obvious advantages of writing your speech on an iPad is that the word processor gives you a word count and tells you where you are as you type. So when I reach 15,000 words, I know it's time to draw it to a close. Before anybody leaves, that is a joke. Yes. It's fair to say that you, this class of 24, are a very special cohort. You joined us and began your studies and your initiation to university life in the middle or at the tail end of a pandemic, having to adjust to new requirements and to new ways of working. But you did all that, and so much more. That road to here and to your graduation has sometimes been defined as a long, steep climb, but you made it, and some. And to borrow that mountaineering analogy often used by experienced climbers, often it's not the mountain that we conquer, but it's ourselves. But however you might choose to define your journey, or whatever analogy you might employ to describe it, you'll forgive me if I stay with the mountain for a moment. Yes, it can sometimes be a long, steep climb, but you made it. So take a moment here at the summit to be proud of your accomplishments, because here you are. You put a marker down that is permanent, and you've earned your reward. Somebody once said that if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. And it doesn't stop here. This is not the end. Educational success should ultimately be measured by your desire to keep on learning, and I know you will. This space is of special significance to me. In a previous life as a television director and producer, I directed television programs from here. I played guitar here in a band on a few occasions on this stage. I've made speeches here in conferences, again in a previous role as a politician. And it was on this very stage that I first came face to face with my wife over 35 years ago. She was, I was directing her. She was the guest artist on a program we were broadcasting from here. She's a singer and was the guest artist on that program, and I directed that program. That was the last time I directed her. She's done most of the directing ever since. But probably the most significant memory, apart from meeting the woman who was to become my future wife, was the walk that I took across this stage 10 years ago. I'd just been appointed as leader of the local authority and told quite rightly that that was a job that was 24/7. I'd already enrolled to study here on a course for a master's degree in creative writing, and I was advised from County Hall to put that to one side, but I didn't take their advice. And I attended here for a day a week for 2 years and thoroughly enjoyed the course and the excellent teaching that inspired me to pass, eventually with a distinction. I am so pleased that Mena Elvin, who was the inspiration, the director and the architect and the tutor on that course, is with us this morning. A thesis, she told me, was required at the culmination of the course. 20,000 words was the requirement, and I produced mine in verse and gave it a title, calling it A Sense of Place, because I was so inspired here by this place, by the teaching, by the learning, by the growing together, the camaraderie with other poets and writers and staff, all created that unique sense of place, which I know you've all enjoyed. And so, yes, that most memorable occasion was walking across this very stage to receive my master's degree, and I did so with a deep and permanent sense of pride and thanks for all that I learned here. And you know what? I can't remember hardly anything of what was said on that day, but I can remember the day, and I will always remember the day. And that is the case for so many people and for yourselves as well, as you walked across this stage, that sense of achievement for you all as graduates. It was another notable and distinguished philosopher who said that excellence in learning is when we do everything we can to make sure that we can become everything that we can. And I share that because it's absolutely vital as you face your future and your challenges and make your next decisions. So important, so very important, that you never ever limit yourselves. And so yes, this is your day and your chance to shine, and we're here privileged to join with you. But your achievements are due in no small part to the people who sit behind me on this stage and who come to share your delight on your special day. And we commend our administrative staff and our professional teaching staff for sharing their learning, for expanding our horizons and enthusing you as you benefited from their learning and expertise. We've just come through an election process, you'd hardly have missed that, where much, but not enough, was discussed and said about education, its quality and its future. But if you allowed me to share with you as I finish what I think, and I'll say it with the utmost sincerity, the single greatest effect, in my mind, on student achievement is not race or class or poverty, it's the effectiveness of the teacher. What I remember about my own education in various schools and countries and across 2 degrees is not so much techniques and methods, as vital as they might be. What I remember was the teacher. It is the teacher that lies at the heart of any educational system. Those people who share with us their passion, their drive for learning, and their commitment. And today we commend them as well. It's a statistical reality that pupils, when choosing their GCSEs and A-level courses by now, mostly follow the teacher rather than the subject. And so I join with your teachers, with your friends, with your families to cheer you on today and to encourage you to take on the world as you bid farewell to your alma mater. You've set yourself a path and a foundation, and we want to celebrate your achievement as we look forward to your future. You've made us all so very proud. And in that sense, you are now, and this is your time, go out and change the world. I want to give you a heartfelt send-off, as we all do, in a final farewell, as you leave the hallowed halls of academia on this most significant of days. Be so very, very proud of yourselves and the platform you've built. It's a solid base set on firm foundations that will prove to be vital in your successful future. My heartfelt congratulations to you all.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, Cadeirydd. So his thesis was on a sense of place. Our place today is the University of Wales, Trinity St David's, and I'm going now to ask that the University Standard and Mace are formally presented to us. So please be upstanding to receive the University Standard. Please codwch I dderbyn banner y Prifysgol. Awen Gwirionedd, the motto of the University of Wales, the best inspiration is truth. Byddai'n hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol fod y cynulliad hwn bellach ar ben ac y byddwn unau'n ail ymgynnull y prynhawn yma i barhau i gyflwyno graddau yn enw Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. Be it known to members of the university that this congregation is now at a close and will reconvene this afternoon to continue to confer degrees in the name of the University of Wales Trinity St David. Hir oes i'r Brifysgol. Long life to the university, long life to our graduates, and every success in your futures.
Sarah.